another episode of With the Chiefs.
Wait. Man, I need more rest.
I hope I've got your last name right there.
It's a very good pronunciation.
You should know better than that now, Dom.
I know.
All right, ready to rock and roll. Should I do a countdown this time?
A countdown.
5, 4, 3. Oh, what am I doing?
Start from 10.
All right, welcome back to another episode of With the Chiefs. Today we are lucky to be joined by Matt Taylor. Matt is a member of Run Crew who's been making rapid progress, taking big chunks of his 5K time in less than 12 months. His personal bests include 8:57 in the 3K, 15:03 in the 5K, 1:14:01 in the half, and 2:36:26 in the marathon. What's important to note is he went from breaking 16 at State 5K in 2023, where he ran with Dom as well, running, 15:56 to 1 year later running 15:03 at this year's State 5K in the B race. So we're going to chat to Matt about that progression along with everything else running. So welcome to the show, Matt.
Right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming. Throwing you under the bus for training update first, Dom. So
Yeah.
What's been happening?
This past week's been not too bad. 110 Ks. I was racing on Thursday night. There was the Pride 5000 with King's Cross Track Club, which was, it was good to have another hit out. I did a 5K about a month ago and ran 16:29, and then tonight I ran 16:01. So I was pretty stoked with that to see the progression, and the fitness is all trending in the right direction. Other than that, it was just pretty much jogging around for most of the week. Signed up with a coach as well for the next couple of weeks, back with the Distance Collective, which is good.
Nice.
So
It's official now.
yeah.
I feel like you've been tossing around the coach idea for a few weeks now, or?
Yeah, I think I've been going all right like this year, and did a good little block in the lead up to the Sun Run, and then I guess moving back onto like more trail races. It's been handy in the past to have a coach to just give you a few little tips and tricks. I feel like still relatively new to trail running, and there's like so many different aspects to it rather than just a road race, like like nutrition and like training up hills, training down hills, technical stuff, all of that, which having a coach helps because I'm not that experienced. I've only been doing trails for like 2 years.
So are they telling you how much vertical to get and stuff?
I think or giving you kind of like a guide to like focus on this week, or in this session try and like in your long run like try and do this or do that, which has been handy. I think the other week it was like focus on running the downhills fast. So that's what we did, I guess, because we're 3 weeks out from the race, so you can kind of bang your legs up a bit on the downhills, and then hopefully you'll be all right in the race. But that's what's going on at the moment, and we've got the race coming up in Hobart in 3 weeks. So
That's coming along.
That should be good.
How did the race go, the 5K?
5K, it was good. Had a pacer, Ben Quinn, who used to be like a really good 800 guy. I think he might have won a state championship back in the day, but he's 149 800.
Oh, wow.
But he's kind of like taking a bit of a step back and he's more focusing on triathlon. But he was down at the track and said, I can jump in and pace you for 3Ks. So we went out, I think we went through 3K in like 9:30, which was on for 15:50 pace. And then he jumped off the track, and it's like, so much harder on your own. I went backwards a little bit in the last 2K, but that's expected. Ran 16:01, which is good.
Did anyone go with you on your own after that?
It was just me, and then I think Ian was second.
No, that's good. Good hit out, I think. Good progress down to 16:01.
It was really good. Enjoyed it. And awesome vibes like on the track. Like they had a DJ and it's always good fun with the King's Cross when they put on events. Yeah. But yeah, that was my week. What about you, Matt?
So I guess pretty typical week. I do like 80 minutes in the morning, and then I just chose to do a double because I had some extra time in the evening. So I think it was just a short 30-minute run. And then Tuesday, we usually alternate between like morning session and evening session. So this week I went did 8x K around the Busby Pond.
That was with Otto?
Yeah. It was good to have him there for some support. And then in the evening I did King's Cross Tuesday run. Yeah, I've been going there for 5 years, so it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pretty chill. And then Wednesday, like hour in the morning, and then ran with my girlfriend in the evening. And then hour 45 Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah. And then fully off on Friday. And then yesterday was 4x3K around Centennial.
Oh yeah. Otto was telling me about that this morning. Yeah, it's a beefy session.
Yeah. It was a good session. It was a bit windy, so it was pretty hard.
Yeah.
For like half the loose, but then.
How long's the rest on? How long are you resting between?
It's like a 400 jog.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah. So you're continuous for the
whole time.
Yeah.
Is it jogs pretty slow? Like as in you got a bit of time to recover.
Yeah. So so the jogs are up the hill in Centennial.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
So you stop at the bottom of the hill, which is like it's not a huge hill or anything, but
yeah.
So yeah, we're jogging pretty slow.
Yeah. That's good.
So I guess a couple minutes maybe.
Yep.
Yeah. That sort of.
But after 3K effort.
You
probably want to have a bit of rest.
Totally. Yeah. I think my jogs got progressively slower each time. Yeah.
What were the times for the 3K? Do you remember?
I think I was around like 3:20 something. Yeah.
Okay, so they were solid. Yeah,
around like 10 minutes, I think. Yeah.
Yep.
Per rep. Yeah, it was pretty good session.
Yeah. Well, those Saturdays are always so beefy.
Yeah,
I notice, but they're like the run crew sessions. They're typically, they load those ones up with longer reps, I assume. Bloody coffee machine again. I've got to learn to turn that bloody thing off. Anyway.
Yeah.
And then long run today?
Yes, that was 34K. So
okay.
I usually do my my midweek long run and long run around Bondi, like so it's City of Surf route.
Yeah.
Just because I like to get a lot of vertical in, just because I feel like I'm a lot more strong, even if it's a flat race or something. It's build some strength in your legs. Yeah. So that's pretty good. So I did that this morning and Thursday as well.
Yeah, nice. Do you ever do efforts in long run, or you typically do just easy?
So I'm training for Boston right now, so just getting ready for the marathon. So it's more, I guess, try to get around marathon pace last 5K sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Or at least close, because I guess you're not in super shoes and
true.
all the works, and like you're not tapered at all, so
yeah.
So even just bringing it down just helps a lot.
And Saturday in the legs as well.
Your legs are pretty heavy by Sunday.
Yeah,
Totally.
It reminds me of after Gore Hill Tuesdays doing like Wednesday MLR. My legs are cooked because today Otto came out and he did the same session, and we picked the pace up, and I don't know how he was doing like 4-minute Ks after doing those longer reps, but I guess you do get used to it, because it's always Saturday session, Sunday long run, so you just body does adapt over time. But it's I remember when I first joined the crew, it was pretty you would have
pretty
been
hard.
All sorts,
Totally.
It's a good I feel like even the Tuesday, like the Tuesday Wednesday is a good combo, and I've adapted to that, so I assume it would be similar. Because we do normally a longer session on Tuesday, can be anywhere up to 9K sort of thing of work, depending on the rep. So similar, but actually you did more than that. Yeah. Anyway, good week. What was the total? What's the total volume?
I think around 160 this week.
Oof.
With the
Okay.
day off as well.
With the
Yeah,
day
yeah.
off. Yeah. Because you did Monday. You did 80, and then you did a double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So there's a lot of
So I think double Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
All right.
And then I usually do a double on Saturday, but it's pretty hard getting 2 runs in on a Saturday just with like doing stuff. So I kind of toss one in through the week just to so I don't have to worry about it.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Have you been sitting at that volume for a little bit, or you're used to training?
A bit lower, but just with like the marathon coming up, I'm just gonna just add a bit more.
Yep.
More in, yeah.
Yeah. When is Boston?
I think it's in 7 weeks
7
today.
weeks.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you're probably going to be
coming up
now's
pretty
crunch
soon.
time.
Yeah.
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 That'd be good. Boston would be fun.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Have you done overseas marathon before?
I've done an ultra overseas.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But no marathons overseas, so it should be good. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good.
How'd you find all the doubles?
I mean, we do them pretty slow, so I feel a lot better afterwards because it kind of just like flushes your legs out a bit.
Yeah.
You're not like pushing at all, so it's not like. Yeah, it's usually, plus it's at the end of the workday, so you're just kind of feeling sluggish at the end of the day. So it's nice to just sweat for like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then just chill out for the rest of the night. So
Yeah, it's a good approach.
Yeah.
I always ask people like, do you feel dizzy on your doubles? Because I still, every time I go out for a PM run, I still feel like shit. I haven't had a run.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. Maybe I need to like do them more frequently or something.
Or like eat enough, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you fuel before them?
Like right before?
Or just like
I
before?
have lunch and then I'll try to have like a snack.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. And then like
so that's fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Then I'll like be maybe like 3Ks into it and then I start to feel like shit. So I don't know what it is. Anyway.
What about you, Big Chief?
Me, I'm back. I feel like this week's been a good week.
That's good.
I'll just get my training. So I think after we record the last one on Sunday, I felt like not my calf was sore, like just behind the knee was sore. I don't know. It felt like similar sort of thing. I know it's a different part of the body, but similar to when I got like tennis elbow. It's like I don't know, weird
knee sort of pain. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, knee sort of pain. But I just decided to run easy on Monday and then not do the session on Tuesday. Like I didn't go to Gore Hill. I just ran easy for those 2 days to see, and it kind of just went away. So yeah. Then I did an MLR on Wednesday, so about 20 Ks in Crow's Nest. Pretty slow, but it was still good. Then I did easy on Thursday, another 10 Ks, and then I decided to do a session on the Friday. So I did like 4 by 7 minutes off 2 minutes rest. So just doing some of those threshold reps, which are good. I'm always like, I'm not sure if I'm working too hard on those, like, because I work pretty hard towards the back end of it, but it's like before you go into doing 1K rep efforts, if that makes sense. So it's like riding a fine line, but I kind of enjoy doing them quite solid. So yeah, they were good. I think I went like 318, 316, 19 and 16 for the 7 minutes, which I was happy with. It was better than the previous week. Then Saturday I ran easy, 14 Ks, and then today went out for a long run, did 27 Ks. It was just under 2 hours. There was a good group. There was a big like Delta group out on the bay. Jumped in on Nick and Josh. They were doing like some marathon pace work, so I did 16 Ks at sort of like 3:55s. It kind of made me realize that yeah, I need to start doing longer runs because my legs just felt so tired. I'm not used to. I got to start building that out past 2 hours, I think.
Yeah.
So adopting what you're doing and doing those like much longer runs, because I just felt like, yeah, not that aerobically it was okay, but just really had to turn my legs over. And I didn't do a session on Saturday. It was Friday.
Are you training for anything right now?
Yeah, well, the goal is to get in shape for Gold Coast, but still quite a lot of time. I think this week is like 20 weeks out. So plenty of time. But I've actually kind of locked in my racing schedule, because I'm all over the place. I'm going to do the 5K on the 28th of March. There's Albie Thomas.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
So try and get on the track. And then there's, I think I'll do Hocker, the Runaway Half.
Oh, yeah.
Sydney 10 and Goldie.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah.
That's
good.
a few races.
A few races, yeah. Well, Sydney 10's pretty close to
19th of May?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
it's usually like beginning of May, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's the same day as UTA now, which is annoying.
Oh,
well.
yeah. Yeah, and the Runaway Half's on the 5th, so they're about 2 weeks apart.
Okay.
But should be fine. That's fine. Like, shouldn't pull up too crazy after the half, hopefully.
Just have to get a few more long runs in.
Yeah, I mean, it's not today didn't feel fantastic.
Yeah.
Let's be real. So
Sounds like you're in good 5K, 10K shape though.
I could do, like, I was excited to race on the day, like for New South Wales, for the 5K that you did, but yeah, obviously couldn't do it because of my calf. But I think if I have there's still like another 3 weeks or so, so it could be good. Keen to like put some spikes on. I've never raced in spikes.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah.
It could be testy for the calf.
Yeah, true. What are they? They really load up your calves, don't they?
Yeah, but
found it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, some people like train in them a bit just to get used to it, but I just jump in races just kind of.
Did you do any strides, or have you done any workouts in them before?
Not really. I don't really pull them out until the race, because
okay.
You know, when you like train in just trainers and then jump into a race with super shoes, you just feel so much faster. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
That's
true.
It feels like you have slippers on with spikes in your shoes, so it's like they're so light. They're just so light. Yeah.
I hope I don't hear a pop or something when I pop them on for the first time.
Yeah, I think like the older models with spikes used to really kind of take it out of your calves, but with like all the new foams and everything, I don't think it's as big of an issue probably. So I reckon you'll be fine.
Yeah, and I think they have like plates in them and stuff, so they're a bit more rigid now.
Yeah.
But yeah, good to get back and now just build some consistency, and hope I don't get injured. I got to go back to doing my like 14 minutes of strength work. That'll come next week because I haven't been doing anything. But yeah. Anyway. Okay, now we'll go into the main part. We'll just talk a little bit about your running background.
Yep.
So when did you start running, or how'd you get into it, that sort of thing?
So I guess in school I was always pretty fit. Like I just did all the sports basically. Yeah, lots of random sports back in Canada, like speed skating and everything sort of.
Speed skating?
Yeah. Did that for a few years, like basketball and soccer, and I did some athletics, but it was like triple jump and long jump and stuff.
Really?
And
yeah, right.
I haven't tried discus a few times. It's pretty bad.
Discus is interesting.
Yeah, and then I was always like relatively like a fit sort of kid, I guess. I did a few 5Ks just with my mom because my parents were runners growing up. So so I just jumped in a couple races with my mom just to run with her sort of thing. And then I think I did a 10K in college, and it was just the hardest thing. I remember seeing the 5K sign, and I was,
like,
this is a lot farther.
Did you go out hard or?
Yeah, I definitely had to walk in that one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But you just don't know how to race it, do you?
Yeah, well, I didn't jog or anything back then. It was just
okay.
the odd race I'd just jump in.
Yep.
Yeah. What was
Yeah.
the speed skating like?
Yeah.
Was that kind of like a big sort of aerobic sort of stuff, or more
Yeah,
sprinting kind of relevant? I don't know.
I guess it's a bit of both. Like,
Yeah.
Sort of like just like with athletics. Yeah, I don't remember the distances. Probably like, I think we did some 300 was like the shortest event.
Yeah. Okay.
And then it went up to maybe 5K, but it's also over way faster.
Yeah.
Because you could obviously skate a lot faster than you could run. So.
Yeah.
Wait, so what is speed skating? Like, how does it work?
So you have like these really long blades.
Yeah.
They're probably 300 millimeters or something.
Okay.
And then you just have like a spandex suit and just skate.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm glad there's like not many photos of me out there.
Okay. That might be the cover photo for the episode.
Yeah. Yeah, but that was just a couple of years.
Yeah.
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 So you do the 10K. When was that? That was
2016, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then I guess I like got into jogging when I moved to Australia in 2019.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so just jogging a little bit. And then a friend said he saw the King's Cross Track Club, so I just thought I'd check it out. So I went down and just started running with them. And then, I got, like, enjoyed doing the speed work stuff. Like, I don't know if you guys know Dan Brooks. Yeah, he, like, brought us down to the track and got us doing some sessions. It was a really small turnout. Like, right, I think there's, 80 people or whatever that show up on at a King's Cross
it's
track
big.
session now.
Yeah.
But back when we started going, it was 3 or 4 of us.
Yeah.
It was pretty small, but it was good.
I mean, that's
I
the beginning.
Just enjoyed just doing some speed work, and then and like Dan Pham was running back then, and like Voltron and stuff. It was good fun. And then I think we just jumped in a couple community races, and then just kind of went from there, I guess.
Yeah. What did you run in do you remember what you ran in like the first few races, or?
So just as I moved to Sydney, I did the Sydney Harbour 10.
Oh yeah, that's a classic.
Yeah, I think it was 42 minutes.
Nice.
On the dot.
Still pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was kind of like a bit of a gym rat back then.
Okay.
So I was like, pretty chubby.
Not too much into cardio. At the time. Okay.
Yeah.
And then did you just start enjoying running more than you did gym, or?
Yeah, I think once I graduated high school, I didn't really have a sport to do anymore. So I just like got a gym membership, and it was like something to do, I guess.
Yeah.
And then, I don't know, after a few years, it was just like, there was no point in it, I guess. Like you didn't compete or anything. You just like sort of lost purpose for it, I guess. And then I just found running and enjoyed that a lot more.
Yeah.
Did you set like goals in the gym, like you wanted to lift a certain amount or anything like that, or was it more just something to do, I guess?
I guess you try and get stronger for a bit, and then you're just like these kind of obscure goals, like like kind of meaningless, I guess. But but it's like cool seeing yourself get strong, but then it's also probably pretty hard on your body just trying to lift really heavy stuff. So
you just have to keep eating as well. I hear a lot of obviously I don't have experience in powerlifting. You have to then start like pushing up your calories and stuff like that, I assume, if you're just trying to put on size.
I feel like you eat probably just as much now with running, to be honest.
True. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Anyway, you can tell I don't know about the gym. What were you initially then training for? Anything like, did you have a big goal after Sydney Harbour 10, or when did you sort of progress from there?
I think I really wanted to do a half marathon. So that's sort of why I started running when I first moved here.
Yeah.
I had a New Year's resolution to do a half marathon. So like really wanted to do one. And I think King's Cross put on a run for a charity. I think it was for the bushfires.
Oh, yeah.
Back in like 2020.
Yep.
Yeah. So I remember finishing the distance and I was pretty stoked, but then got hooked at that point.
Yeah.
Because
that's what happens.
Running up and down stairs, you're like, oh yeah, I could definitely go a bit quicker than this.
Yeah. What did you run at that? Do you remember?
Oh, maybe like an hour 45 or something.
Yep.
Hour 30.
Yeah.
Hour 45 probably. Yeah.
Yeah. And then when did you join Run Crew? Was that?
That was a couple years ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what did you do after half? Like, how did you start then? Like, really getting into it? Did you look for coaching or look for different running to follow a program, stuff like that?
Yeah. So I think we're it's kind of a joke we were calling Dan Brooks just coached Dan for a while because he was just giving his workouts.
Yeah.
And then I signed up for a marathon, the city marathon, 2020, whichever year got canceled. 2021?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe? Yeah. So I signed up for that and then hired my parents' old coach. So they met in a run club. So I was like, I might as well just hire this guy.
Yeah.
So he just wrote up a training plan. It was pretty old school and like really grueling. Yeah. So it was pretty intense.
What was the structure?
So it was like a workout Monday, and then Tuesday, I think it was just a jog, like with King's Cross, and then Wednesday workout as well, but I think a shorter workout. And then Thursday it was a trek session, and then Friday I had like a longer session.
Oh.
That's a lot.
And then Saturday, I think I had a long run.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's kind of just like right into the deep end, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then every Wednesday it started off as a 10K tempo, and it just worked up to a half marathon tempo.
Yeah, right.
At like marathon pace. But I remember, my fitness just kind of like blew up at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can imagine
if
you weren't getting injured and were able to get through it.
I didn't make it to the race. Like I was got shin splints and I had to pull out at 30K of that marathon. But it was good. I was kind of hooked on the training after that. Yeah.
So how long did you follow that sort of programming?
I think that was just that build up.
Okay.
Yeah. Just because this is a guy back from Canada, so like it was emailing back and forth and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's, I don't know, you get a workout at midnight on a Sunday night for the next week, sort of thing. So it was pretty stressful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was running a lot with Dan Pham back then. Yeah. So it was basically just always chasing him because he's a bit quicker than me all the time. So he's a good training partner to have. And then he moved down to Melbourne. So I just kind of, there was like a gap, I guess, at track that I like couldn't really chase anybody anymore. So I just decided to join Run Crew and give that a go to see how it went. And there's always, after joining there's probably from a 30-minute 10K or 5K to like 14. Yeah. So there's always someone to chase, which is definitely good. Yeah.
Who's coaching you from?
Benny is.
Benny, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's a bit. Then your programming obviously changed. So, what were you targeting when you joined Run Crew? Were you looking at 5K at that point, or?
I think it was Melbourne Marathon.
Okay,
yeah. And then also UTA, because I'd signed up for UTA that year and I got postponed because of the floods.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know, it was probably pretty dumb at the time, but it was, I think, Melbourne Marathon and then UT 800 like 4 weeks later or something.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Yeah, but I ended up getting injured, so I couldn't do both. So
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of the main focus at the start.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I sort of realized all their training's pretty all across the board, sort of like you can kind of jump into a race at like any distance.
Yeah.
Sort of. Yeah, it's all pretty, it's not very specific to each race unless you're
middle distance.
Yeah, unless you're like 5 weeks out sort of thing. It's
yeah, that's true.
like the fitness is kind of,
it's all pretty similar.
all over the place. Yeah. Which is good.
So what injury did you get?
Oh, I think I got stress reaction that time.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think it's like a soft bone or something.
Okay.
Or like a bruised bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
It was a weird one. Like I didn't no pain during the workout, and I just leaned up against the white fence at Centennial, just talking to Ben, and then I couldn't get up.
Oh,
I
really?
couldn't even stand up. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, and then I went and got a scan, and they just said it was a stress reaction, not like a fracture.
Not
so
a fracture.
Yeah, so it's a lot better than a fracture, which is, I don't know, a few months or 6 months or something to get over. So it's, only a couple weeks fully off, yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
then
weird how you couldn't
build
get
back.
up. Like, I would have been freaking out.
Yeah.
Because I've been like, shit, I've done something bad here.
Yeah, it was just a really weird pain. And then you sort of have this weird pain afterwards that it's kind of there, but you're not sure if it's in your head.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just a bone thing that, I don't know, I just get paranoid that it's going to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's just like really subtle, is it? Or
yeah, it was like a pretty subtle injury, but you just didn't want to. I didn't want to push it.
Yeah, because you don't know, right?
Yeah, you don't want to turn it into a fracture at all. So
yeah.
And what was the recovery like? Was it just time off running completely, or?
Yeah, I think it was 2 weeks off, and then just kind of a build up after that.
Yeah.
I did some cross training, so I didn't lose too much fitness. Like some aqua jogging and stuff, which is not fun, but
yeah, that's fair. What year was that? That was
2022.
Okay,
I guess.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, and what did you run at that point in the 5K?
Ooh, maybe 16:40 or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Around then?
So
Around there, yeah.
Times are coming down. I'm trying to get it to when we went to like just sub, because like, did you just then continue doing the same training until you got to like last year's state 5, or what sort of changed? Anything in particular?
So I guess so it's a bit more track focused in the summer, and then a bit more road focused in the winter. So I think after that marathon, it was just like lowered the volume a bit.
Yeah.
And just more speed work.
Okay.
Going into track season. And so I think I ran the 15:46 or something. That was a few months later.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah.
When did I see you at Centennial? Wasn't that after the 15:40? No. I was at 15:15. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
That's down the track. yeah.
Different year.
Yeah. Wait, so you progressed it down. What race was that you progressed it down from 15 after state 5?
I think 15:46, I think, at one of the Bankstown meets.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that kept coming down. But then you did Gold Coast?
Yeah, the marathon last year.
Marathon. Yeah. And that was your PB there.
Yeah, that was my first marathon.
Oh yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. How'd you find the marathon?
Yeah, it's like completely different than a half, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You think it's just like double the distance, so just a bit harder, but like it's
so different.
It feels like 3 times as hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a fun distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you already doing those bigger long runs before, or did you just do a marathon block mainly for Gold Coast, or how'd you sort of build into it?
Yeah, so it's like I feel like our training's always pretty similar with Run Crew. It's just the runs just get a bit longer, like the medium long runs, and the Sundays get a bit longer, and then you just do a bit bigger sessions.
Yeah.
So just progressed over. Yeah. So just like a big block, I think probably for 12 weeks or so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Getting into Gold Coast. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So how was the race? Being your first one, did you fade, or your splits were pretty good? How did you find the race itself?
Yeah, it was a weird one. Just for like a first race, I always find it pretty difficult jumping around distances.
Yeah,
because you don't know how hard to push. Like I think like I've jumped from some like 5Ks to half marathons, and you don't really know how to judge that pace. Yeah. Plus, we always do our like longer efforts at like a tempo sort of pace, which I guess is more of like a half marathon.
Yeah.
So I hadn't really touched marathon pace until the day of.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah,
so you didn't do any like longer workouts targeting what you were trying to run at Gold Coast?
It was just like a tempo effort, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Yeah.
And what were you targeting? Was it sub 240 or 235?
The plan was 235. Yeah. But it was like a total ballpark at that point.
Yeah, because you're in no man's land. You're not sure what you're going to run or how you're going to react to the distance. Yeah.
But it was definitely a pretty good first experience.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't crawling on the ground at the end or anything.
No. It definitely can go either way.
Yeah,
especially
totally.
your first one. Good of you not to target 230 on that first one. Yeah.
We're also one of the unlucky ones to miss our flight 2 days before. Yeah, so we had to drive up.
Oh wow.
Oh shit.
It's like that
would have been so stressful.
9-hour drive or something crazy. Yeah. So I think our flight was on the Friday morning, and then we got an email at 1 a.m. saying our flight was canceled. But so we woke up at 6:30 or whatever to get up for our flight, and got this email that our flight got canceled. So we're like, shit, what do we do? It's like, I guess we're gonna rent a car. So drove up that day. Yeah, it was.
Jeez. It's not a friendly drive as well.
It's
so far.
Yeah,
because you've got a race, so you're gonna be in the car like all day.
Yeah.
And you're worried about your legs and stuff.
Yeah, just eating food from gas stations and stuff. It was
risky.
Yeah, not ideal.
So what did you do for nutrition and stuff like that on the race? Did that all go well?
Oh yeah, my stomach was not in a great place.
No? Yeah.
I had to go to the washroom from I think 10K on, sort of.
Oof.
Oh,
yeah, it was.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I think it went away though at some point.
Okay.
But
so you didn't have to pull over?
No, I was debating it for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then I think at a certain point your legs get so tired that you just
everything hurts and it makes no difference either way.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Was it the gels, or was it just in general?
I don't think I was very smart with like carb loading and stuff before. I just kind of eat, like I ate pizza the day before and stuff, and like I think I ate a cheese pizza the day before, and like I probably should have.
That's my go-to. Maybe that's why I had problems.
Yeah, well, I don't like digest cheese that well, so yeah. I also hadn't practiced nutrition too well, and I think I took on 6 or 7 gels.
You're right.
Yeah, so it's
It's quite a bit. Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good. But at least you got them down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you were, were you taking him every like 5K or so, or just?
Yeah, I think that was the plan about that.
Yeah.
5.5 or so. Yeah.
Was it more? What gels did you choose?
I always use Morton's.
Yeah.
I've never. I don't know. They haven't.
Experiment.
Yeah, they haven't done anything wrong. So like, might as well just
That's fair.
stick with them. Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um.
I've heard some other like precision that are pretty good. And
Yeah.
Cis, I've heard good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think they have more liquid in them, right?
Yeah.
Is that-
One of them
Yeah.
does. I don't know
Yeah,
which one
yeah.
it is. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're carrying 6, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
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 That's the one thing I need to figure out as well is how to carry all the. How did you have like some in your hands, or did you have in your pockets, or?
Yeah, so I had some half tights with some pretty big pockets. I actually bought some shorts with 5 gel pockets this week. Or a couple weeks ago.
Which ones were they?
These Tracksmith ones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're pretty new.
Okay.
Yeah. I think they made them for marathons. So they're
Okay. You have to send them to me. 'Cause I need to get something. I was thinking about those. I think Nike have some tights that they're like, I'm not sure if they're a trail specific one, but they got like a big pocket, like a zip pocket or something like that. Because I normally just have them in the sides. I feel like I'm just going to drop them, or they don't sit too well. Yeah. What do you normally do, Dom, with your gels?
In Berlin, I had like a pair of shorts with like a zip pocket at the back.
Yeah.
And I just shoved them all in there, and then carried a couple.
Carried 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good because Morton sponsored the event, so they had Morton gels on course anyways.
That's good.
Oh,
But I still carried everything. I think I picked up 2 gels. But
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah. Whenever I carry them, I hate when holding in my hand, they get all like sticky and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's a minor thing. It's probably a minor problem during the marathon.
Yeah. I don't mind it with the Morton there because like it starts to go a bit more liquidy once it gets warm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So like they're almost better warm. Which
Yeah.
is kind of weird.
Yeah.
Have you ever had one of those like the big Morton gels? There's like a double size one, and
Oh really?
I didn't realize because I got one for when we were doing those trail runs, and I had it. It's way too much. It's like it's like almost like an oyster or something because it's like there's just too much. Normally you can like smash them, but I would not. I don't know who's having those larger ones during the marathon. It'd be terrible. Anyway, but maybe did you get priority or anything? Not during Gold Coast, because some people can get their drinks and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I think I got priority in Gold Coast, but I was just a bit too nervous about getting the bottles because there was like an elite bottle setup sort of thing for the top 20 or something. And then everyone else was kind of just shoved in these big tables, and I don't know, some guy in my pack just they didn't give him his bottle for one of the aid stations. Just wasn't there.
What were they just in like a box or something? Or?
No, they had some tables set up.
Yeah,
they're pretty organized. Like you got your bib number, and they set them up. All the drink stations were the same.
Okay, so you can sort of see it as you're approaching.
Yeah. But I guess things happen. And things get lost. So
it's probably safer having it on you.
Yeah. It does make a difference though, like not having to carry all this stuff on you. Like it's a bit uncomfortable. In Canberra, I had all my bottles out on course, but there was one point where like I couldn't find it. And
that's right.
Yeah, started freaking out a bit.
Because you're like, is it more? Will I be more anxious? Thinking about it.
Yeah.
During the race, like, did they put it out? What if someone forgot?
It was alright. I probably lost like 30 seconds, and then I jogged back and caught up with the pack anyway. So
yeah. Imagine falling off and being like, no, and just never catching the pack. That would suck.
I've always thought it was a bit difficult also training with bottles. Did you practice for Canberra with bottles?
I can't remember. I think not too much. I just had like the little poppers that were pretty easy.
Okay. Yeah.
So picked that up and it had a gel attached to it, so that was pretty good. And then because they're just poppers. You just drink it and throw it away once you're done. So yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So when did you start feeling the pinch of like the marathon during the race? Because normally there's a point where I'm like, oh, my legs are going, and if I race it properly, like it's normally, I don't know, like 35k or something like that. But yeah, when did you really start feeling it? Do you remember?
I don't know. I remember that first like attempt at the marathon, back in like 2020, the Sydney one I tried to do, because we did like a mock marathon.
Yeah.
That was 30k. I was legs just like no.
yeah. No.
That's when I stopped.
Yeah.
But yeah, in Gold Coast, I didn't really hit any wall, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember there's like a few windy sections where I just felt like I was standing still. But there was never like a point where I was just totally destroyed or anything. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
It speaks to the training and doing those long runs. Yeah. Or going out at the proper pace as well. That helps.
Yeah, I tried to keep it pretty consistent, and I was in a pack the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Were you?
But yeah, probably 36 or 38k or something. It was probably the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
It wasn't too early on or anything.
Okay. Yeah. No, good stuff. Then when did you run your half PB? Was that before Goldie?
No, so I was in this year or last year in Melbourne.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, I think 500 meters in, I just felt like trash.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was just not my day. I just, felt pretty horrible.
Yeah, early on if you're not feeling good. Yeah.
I mean, when I finished, I was like, oh, it's a PB, so you can't really be too upset about it, but it was still kind of a bit of a bummer. But I think, there's a 70-minute pack that I was sort of trying to chase, and I think 8k, and I was like, no.
Oh yeah.
And it was pretty windy out by the lake in Melbourne. Yeah. So it was pretty rough day.
Yeah. Were you with them for that 8k, the 70?
So like 30 or 40 meters.
Okay.
Behind this sort of 70-minute pack.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still pretty pointy.
Yeah. So
pace-wise.
I was trying to chase them, but I was just
not quite.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it was kind of one of those things is, do I pull a surge, but then I would probably get more cooked.
Yeah.
Trying to keep up with them. So it's,
You got to weigh up, like, is it better being in the pack, like, than cooking myself? Yeah.
But it's, definitely one of those days I wanted to pull out
in.
after like 8k. Yeah. But I don't know. I was kind of like, well, if I stop now, then I'll just have to walk back to the start line anyway. So
yeah, you'll probably be more upset with yourself if you had to walk.
Yeah.
But yeah, still a PB. I think. I think I had a similar thing at New South Wales half, where I just went out too quick. It's so hard to get back after that point, especially when your head's just like playing with you. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I feel like sometimes just the ego is sort of there, and I get if you're feeling kind of rubbish from the start and you have like a time in mind, it's hard to just be like, no, I'm not in that shape today. Yeah. So you just try, but if your ego is like pretty big and you just try and fight it, it's not going to go in your favor.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, so we can talk about your recent 5k races. So when you ran 15, 14, was it?
Yeah.
Were you expecting that result? Like, were you feeling like you could target that in training, or was it kind of like, did it kind of come out of nowhere?
So I did a couple 3Ks, one in June last year back in Vancouver, and then the state 3K. It was, I think, 8:57.
Yep.
It was actually the same time to the 100th of a second for both of them.
Yeah.
Pretty funny.
Yeah. Right.
So I was like, oh, well, the shape's probably, like, I'm probably in that shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sort of thing. So I think I was sort of targeting, 15-15.
Yeah.
So it just, like, worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Bang on.
Yeah. So I guess that was not too unexpected.
Yep.
But it was, I don't know, it was also a huge PB, so I was kind of...
Yeah.
I was like, oh, it might be a bit ambitious, but yeah, just kind of went for it.
Yeah.
Saw how it'd go, yeah.
Who were you racing with? Like, were you in a decent pack or something like that? How did you go from strategy-wise?
There's a few of the run crew guys in that one out of Bankstown.
Yep.
Yeah, so there's like Dan Franken and Pat Hennessy there.
Yep.
They're in my race. So I think, and then Hopper as well was in that race.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think we're in like the Chase pack, and I was just kind of chilling in the back of that for like 3K probably. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I don't know, I find all my track races, I just kind of chill out for the first few K.
Yeah.
Let other people do the work, I guess.
Yeah. That's a good
be
move.
a bit selfish.
Yeah. You kind of got it right.
Yeah.
It depends. Like, if you're in a big pack, then yeah, sure. But if it's just like you and one other guy, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
That would be me just tucking in behind you, Dom. Are you normally attacked? Do you normally attack you?
No, I'd like to sit in the pack, ideally.
Yeah.
So it sort of depends on the race. I feel like the last couple of races I've been in pretty good races. So that in that Milers or the Bankstown meet, I kind of noticed at 3K everyone sort of started slowing down, so I had to surge a bit, which is, I don't know, a bit nerve-wracking. You're like, oh, well, is it a bit early to surge or not? But yeah, or else the whole pack's sort of slowing down, so it's kind of pick it up now or sort of slow down and make it like 30 seconds slower. So I felt like I made the right call in the moment, I guess.
Normally it depends how fit you are. Like, if you've gone out, you're probably not going to surge, so if you can at least push at 3K, because 3K is like normally where you start to really suffer in the 5K at least.
Yeah, I think I really try and focus in that like 4th K.
Yep.
Because that's kind of when people just sort of fade a bit. Yeah. And then, I don't know, I guess you just have to play like mental games with yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you kind of just try and make it uncomfortably hard for the first 3K.
Yeah.
And then sort of just try really hard for that 4th K. And then mentally you're like, it's almost over. Yeah. At that point. So you're like, I
find you have to be like so switched on with the 5K, because it's like totally. It gets so painful.
Totally.
It's like very acute. But especially if you're on for a good time though, you can kind of like G yourself up. Did you find that? Because you would obviously know like you're still on pace for what you wanted. Yeah.
In the race, I knew I was pretty on pace, so I was pretty happy about that. In the moment, So I was like, oh, mate, I'll just see if I can hold on, sort of thing. It was good.
It can either go either way. Otherwise, like, I've had plenty of 5Ks where you just completely fall apart at 3K. But what about you? Because when you ran 1530, your PB, you kind of were in a good pack as well.
It sounds like it was a pretty similar race. Really. That was like a couple of years ago now, but I was just in a pack for pretty much the whole time. I think I was maybe 3 or 4 people back, and Matt Cox from Run Crew, who was like pacing it, and I think he ended up going like 15:20. But I fell apart a little bit in the 4th K, which I think is like curse, like everyone always does. But I fell off the front guys in that K, and then last lap you can just bring it home. the race is pretty much done. Like,
Yeah.
but yeah, definitely similar sort of story, I guess.
Yeah. And then you ran 15:03. Pretty like how long after was that? That was only a few months, right?
Yeah, so I guess 2 and a bit months.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you do anything different in training or more of the same?
Not really. Like, I think, at the end of the year, last year, I was just pretty cooked with training. So I just like took a couple weeks off.
Yep.
Just like pretty mild running, like only 1 session a week kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I just sort of had like a mental reset, which was good, I think. And then just built on that. But yeah, I didn't feel great in January running, to be honest. I just felt like pretty low energy for some reason. Didn't really figure out why.
Sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
It's pretty like hot and humid, like
Yeah.
maybe I don't know.
But just did a workout with some of the guys like the week of the race, and they're just talking about maybe trying to go under 15. So it's like, oh well, if I'm like running around you guys, might as well
Give it
a
go.
crack as well.
Yeah. Who was that? Who were you running with?
Like Dan Franken and Pat Hennessy and Hopper's also in that race.
Yep.
And Lucky
Brian.
Yeah, he was in that, but he's way ahead.
Yeah, he went out charging. It was good.
Yes. The Sun Run, was that before?
Oh yeah, that was the week before.
Yeah. How'd you feel after that? Like,
yeah, that was good. So I didn't do like a taper into that.
Yeah.
So I was just trying to sort of use it as a bit of a workout.
Yeah.
Just to see where the fitness was.
What did you run in summer?
I think it was. Oh, I don't even remember.
33 something or
33:30 maybe.
Yeah.
Around there, I think. Yeah, we ran together for a bit.
Yeah, and then you two.
Yeah.
You took off. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we got the People's Choice Award though. Yeah.
Wait, what?
We were running together, and everyone was just cheering for Dom. Every second person. Like,
Go Dom! Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Where's my love?
Yeah. No, that's like running with Dom. Like you run through Dom in the city, and like when I used to run, and like every second person knows Dom. Like, hey Dom. They're like, bloody hell.
Yeah, but yeah, it's always a good race every year. It's pretty fun
it's
and
good. I feel like the time doesn't really matter that much. It's more just like a good hit out start of the year sort of thing.
Yeah, totally. Plus we do like with Run Crew, we do our sessions on Saturdays, so it's kind of just felt like a session because you could still do your long run the next day, and which is sort of just fits into training pretty well.
Yeah,
it's a good time Saturday morning.
Yeah,
they should have more races Saturday morning.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
So you did that the week before your 5K BB.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So I think the taper was pretty hard for the 5K, which is probably pretty good. I did that. Yeah. So I probably had some pretty tired legs at that point. So it's good to just like pull it right back. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, like I think I was running every day the week of the 5K, but just like really short distances. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then how'd the actual racing strategy go? Pretty similar? Like, did you race it similar to the other one you did?
Yeah. So I sort of had this like 3-minute Ks in my head sort of from the start. And then I think it was basically at the back of the pack after 200 meters. And then we went through a K in 2:58. So I was like, I'll just wait here because there's no way I'm going to go way under 15 or anything. So I'll just try and be smart about this.
Yeah.
And just sort of waited. And I was in a pretty good pack. There was, 2 massive packs. And then I think maybe 4K, I think people just started dropping off.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of people, I think, within 15 and 10.
Yeah.
Probably most of the field. So it was like pretty close together, which is good.
I remember because I was there watching, I remember the ending, like everyone was gunning for obviously like the 15-minute barrier was crazy to watch.
Yeah. I actually remember it was three laps to go, and I thought it was 2. So I just sent it. And then after 200 meters, someone was like, "Oh, like smash your last K," and I was like, "Oh wait, what? What?
Oh shit!
We still have a kilometer to go. I thought it was like 600 meters."
What did you then take it back the pace or what?
No, I just tried to hold on.
Hold it, yeah. Well, yeah, probably, yeah. You're still hurting.
That's probably not a bad thing then, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would have been funny dipping over the line and be like,
yeah. Well, the 5K in December, I kicked really hard in the last lap. Like it was a really, really hot last lap. But this one, the state 5, I don't think it was much faster than my other laps because I was just so cooked. So cooked, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot faster.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they didn't have lap counters, so I don't really know what the last lap was.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or lap splits. Yeah.
Poor Lockie Bryan was out the front the whole race.
Yeah. It's a completely different race if you're just running alone.
On your own, yeah. It would be so tough not being in the pack.
I guess I was like Dom on Thursday.
Yeah.
But I only had to do it for 2K, so it's like a bit easy to get your head around. Like doing a 5K solo, it's like, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But you were, and you would, I don't know, in the evening as well, like after work, Tom, you were saying you were pretty tired and stuff like that.
Yeah, it'd been like a big day. It was like out in the sun all day. But I don't know, I think like that stuff's probably just more in your head
than
anything. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe it had some impact, but it's probably like going into the race, I felt like I had an excuse, like, oh, okay, like, I don't know, even if I run bad, I've got a reason. So, yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It meant the pressure was off a little bit.
Yeah, so you finished the race. Were you, like, stoked? Were you over the moon?
Yeah, I remember just being so tired. Like, I couldn't really wrap my head around it, I guess, at the time.
Yeah.
Like, I was really stoked, and I was just,
You pretty much gave it everything.
Yeah. I sort of had, like, this goal in mind, but just didn't really think it would
come off.
Yeah.
Because it's pretty crazy to go from like where you went from like 15, 14, like to then, like that's a huge gap.
Yeah.
Again, like very, I don't know, like people can just sit around the same sort of 5K time for a long time. I feel like you've just pretty much went, because anyway, it was good.
Yeah.
It was really good to see. Yeah.
I guess there's lots of factors though. Like it could have been, it was probably like the pack I was in was pretty good in this state race, and then like maybe I had an off night in December kind of thing.
Yep.
But I thought it was a good night.
Yeah.
So it could have been that. Like who knows? Yeah.
Well, clearly you can't fluke running.
No.
You can't fluke the 15:0. Like that's where your fitness was. That's So it's hard to know sometimes with a 5K, like just how hard you can push, and just like how much your mind gets in the way sometimes. Like, that's good. So what are you're obviously focusing on marathon now, but you never really changed. You didn't change too much. Like you had marathon in mind even when you were going to do state 5, right?
Yeah. So I guess the idea was marathon this whole time, and then I just kind of, I don't know, did some shorter workouts in like some faster track stuff. Yeah. Leading into the 5K, but nothing too drastic, I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
So it just shows you can like really just still train for the marathon and still like smash your 5K PB. Yeah. You don't need to go like too specific almost. Just sharpen a bit like you said.
Yeah. I feel like the workouts are always probably pretty like 10K sort of
Yep.
specific, I guess, maybe. And then you can always kind of jump down to 5K or half marathon or marathon. Yeah. I guess it's a bit longer sessions with a marathon, but you can just do a 8-week block or whatever it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you go to the training camp? When was that again? The Run Crew training.
No, I didn't go out.
Okay.
I was away for Christmas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, fair enough. So what's your training look like going into, because you got Boston coming up?
Yeah.
Are you doing anything like, is it hill specific or stuff like that?
I think just with that loop I do, it's pretty hilly.
Yep.
So you get lots of elevation. I try to just smash the downhill on Thursday, but my knees were so sore at work.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I don't know if I want to do that again.
Yeah.
Might just save it for race day.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Where's the course get hilly in Boston?
I think it's hilly the first 30K. Or I think it's downhill the first 30K.
Yeah.
Like rolling hills down.
Yep.
And then there's like a pretty big hills at 30 to 35 and then downhill from there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think that's about right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone talks about like the Heartbreak Hill, and I imagine that's like 30 odd Ks in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think a lot of people just kind of get carried away with the downhills, and then just their quads are just
Blowing out.
bashed up. Yeah. And then they can't take any hills at that point.
Yeah. Have you been doing much gym or anything else to kind of strengthen up for the hills? Or?
Yeah, so I go on my lunch breaks. So I do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Gym, it's usually like more leg specific stuff Monday, Friday. But actually this week I did Thursday, so to give like a full rest on Friday, which I enjoyed a lot more because it's nice not having like pretty fresh legs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was, pretty hard to do legs after an MLR.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. But I don't go too crazy on when I do gym stuff. Yeah.
What sort of stuff are you doing in the gym?
Like some squats and lunges and a bit of deadlifts and sort of body weight, like hip thrusts and stuff. Yeah, just pretty generic stuff and lots of calf raises and just because I've had shin splits in the past and it's no fun. Yeah.
How long do the shin splints last? Obviously it varies. How long did it last for you?
Maybe like 3 weeks or a month.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the severity of it, I guess. But I think it's just your calves just aren't used to the running load.
Yeah.
So you have to sort of back off, and it's. I feel like it sounds like not a very painful injury, but it's just so painful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. It's like, oh, my calves are sore, but.
Yeah.
Yeah, or shins, I guess. But yeah, it's pretty painful injury. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Avoid that one. Yeah.
Yeah, but nothing since doing calf stuff. So.
Yeah.
Seems to work.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty, Dom, should we do your segment? What do you reckon?
Yeah, sure.
What should we call it? Dom's lifestyle. Dom's running lifestyle topics. That's what I've got noted down here. Probably can come up with a better name for the segment.
Something better. But I guess shoes. Like, what shoe rotation have you got at the moment?
Yeah.
So I've got some On Stratus.
Okay.
Yeah, they're like the monsters, but a bit more stability. Yes. Yep. Yeah. So those are pretty good. I have some Gel Nimbus and Nova Blast.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Nova Blast. Are you a big fan as well?
Yeah. I actually got a discount on them. That's why I bought them.
Yeah. Which did you get, the 4s or the 3s?
The 3s. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because they would be on special at the moment, or like
I think
clearance or something.
I did a pacing job at Sydney Marathon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I got,
you get a code. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah. So I took advantage of that.
Yeah.
How they compare to the Nimbus, because they're both like similar
same
kind
foam
of category, is it? Or
Yeah, the Nimbus are pretty wide, so it kind of feels like you have like they're good for easy days.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd want to run too much because I feel like with those bigger shoes, your form can be like pretty bad.
Right.
You don't like feel it.
Yeah. Okay.
So if you land like awkwardly, you don't really notice it.
Yeah.
Whereas like the lower drop shoes, you'd feel it. So I feel like your form is a bit better.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
It's a good tip.
Just
yeah.
Yeah.
just a theory.
Yeah. Good theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then racing shoes
and session shoes.
So I got some Takumi Sen, the Adidas.
Okay.
Like they're like the 10K specific shoes, I think.
Okay.
So I got those a couple weeks ago. I just used those for sessions. Seem to be pretty good so far.
Okay.
And then
Never heard of those ones.
don't have any shoes for Boston, so we'll see.
What are you thinking?
Probably Vaporflies.
Yeah, okay.
Vaporflies, okay.
They're
No,
always-
Alpha Flies? 3s?
Oh, I'd love to get the 3s, but
Yeah.
I feel like I get Taylor Swift concerts. It's easier to get tickets to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hot tip, they're apparently going to be in stock early next month at I think everyone will start stocking them up. I went into okay. I won't tell you where. You have to follow the podcast and then send us a message. Pitt Street. Call them.
I guess like diet as well. That's like the next lifestyle topic. Have you got any kind of theories that you run with for your diet? Or?
Yeah, just try and get enough.
No cheese.
No cheese.
No cheese. Yeah, I tried going vegetarian in January. Maybe that's why I ran a bit. Felt like a bit crappy. I don't know. Maybe just not enough calories. That's my theory, but who knows? Like I was trying to eat a lot. But yeah, I always just try to eat as much as I can, basically, because I'd rather gain a kilo or two than get an injury. That's like kind of the main thing. Like you're gonna progress more if you don't get injured.
Yeah,
essentially. Yeah. So
and you'll feel better, obviously, as well.
Yeah,
if you're
yeah.
just a little bit heavier.
Yeah, and if you're fueling your workouts, it's kind of the most important thing. Then yeah. So basically, I just try and be sensible with it. Basically, like I'll treat myself when I can, sort of like when I feel like it, I guess. But yeah, not too often. Just trying to be sensible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't have like nine small Kit Kats like I've been having after dinner.
I mean, I didn't like smash a chocolate bar last night, so like a whole bar. So, but I mean, if you're hungry though, so if you're hungry, you probably need it, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's my theory.
That makes sense.
Do you just in general just like a lot of carbs, or you kind of mix your diet up quite a bit?
Yeah. Try and have a lot of carbs. Yeah. But I don't get too strict on it. Just try and avoid like greasy foods because that always just makes you feel shitty. But other than that, it's pretty. Yeah, just lots of veggies and stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
And any other equipment that you kind of like swear by, like for I don't know, like a running packs or watches.
I feel like everyone either has like a Garmin or a Chorus.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there anything that kind of like sticks out? Like you swear by this piece of equipment, or I don't know.
Probably not.
That's all right.
Are you gonna cross that one out of the segment now?
I did get a heart rate monitor not too long ago.
Oh yeah.
So that's
chest or
like one of the Garmin chest ones.
Yeah.
It just seems more accurate than the wrist based.
Yep.
But I mean, it's just numbers at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So like even if it's the Garmin one's off, it's still off by the same amount every time.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
So like if it's
that's
if
what
it's like 20 beats higher, then the next day it's going to still be 20 beats higher. So it's not going to be
So have you done a comparison of the chest and the wrist? Like,
you kind of notice it's like way off.
Oh, really?
like, yeah, I think that 5K, it said my heart rate was 150 or something.
Yeah.
But it was
Probably
not,
a bit
it was
higher
not,
than
it
that.
was
Yeah,
not.
yeah. I think it might have been higher than that.
Yeah, it was probably closer to 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might start wearing the chest strap again. Anyway, sorry.
And then are you going to use the chest strap more to kind of like calibrate your paces and things like that, or?
Yeah, I'll probably try and use it a bit, but I don't know. It's probably best not to get too hung up on
Just one metric.
Yeah. I don't know. It's probably best to just run by feel, I think, than anything.
Yeah.
So that's like one thing that with Run Crew, they don't give us paces or anything, which is good because you kind of just get used to like how you're supposed to feel rather than like if you're a second a K off a pace, you're not like, oh, that was a shit workout.
Yeah.
So it's, I think it's just best to run off feel rather than like a heart rate or any other sort of metric. But
Yeah.
that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And last one was any other kind of supplements or food hacks that you use? I guess like some people take like beetroot or coffee, bicarb, protein powder, that sort of stuff.
So I always have magnesium every night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Seems to help me sleep a bit, I think.
Yeah.
And then I always have, like, if I run in the mornings, I'll always have a huge bowl of oatmeal and coffee. Like I've tried running without it before, and like I can't not run fasted. I don't know. Maybe I'm just so used to it now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just like need some caffeine in me before I run.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair. Okay.
Yeah. And that is Dom's lifestyle topics.
Dom's running lifestyle topics. Yeah. What a name. Alrighty. Well, wrapping up, we can have to go back to asking our question about the race. So, what's been your favorite race overall? Like, if you were to pick one, what's your favorite race?
Oh, did this ultra in Switzerland, which was like it's called Swiss Canyon Trail. It was just like the funnest day out. It was because like with an ultra, it feels like you're just jogging all day.
Yeah.
Basically, that's what it is. And it was so stunning. It was also fun just being in a foreign country by yourself and like meeting people along the way, because it's not a road race where you just can't chat. Like you were just chatting to people the whole time. It was so good.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
I thought you'd pick 1503 for a second. No, that's good. Yeah.
I think like it's fun being like in metronome and like dialing in the pace and stuff, but it's fun just kind of switching off and enjoying the race, I think.
Yeah. That's good.
Would you get back on the trails anytime soon then, or?
I think I'll just stick with track and road for at least another couple of years maybe, and then maybe sometime soon. Never say never.
Yeah.
But I love running on trails, so we'll see. It's just a bit less accessible, which makes it a bit more difficult.
Yeah.
Whereas it's easier to just open the front door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you have to like make a point to
get out there.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, that's all we got. So thanks for joining, Matt. Good luck at Boston, which is coming up, I think. Are you going to do a half before?
Oh, thanks. Yeah. I'll do orange half in a couple weeks, I think.
Yeah. So good luck for that as well. We'll be watching.
Thanks.
And thanks for joining.
Well, thanks for having us. Thanks for having me, guys.
No worries.
Yeah, it's great.